Saint Isidore, also known as Isidore of Seville, born in 560 and passed away on April 4th, 636, was a prominent Christian theologian, bishop, and scholar during the early Middle Ages. He is widely regarded as one of the most learned men of his time and played a significant role in preserving and disseminating knowledge. Isidore was born into a noble family in Cartagena, Hispania, modern day Spain, around 560. He came to from a devout Christian family, and his siblings Lander, Fulgentius, and Florencia also became saints. Isidore received a comprehensive education in both secular and religious subjects, studying under his brother Lander, who was a Archbishop of Seville. Isidore entered the ecclesiastical service at a young age and eventually succeeded his brother Lender as Archbishop of Seville in 601. He served in this position until his passing in 636. As a bishop, Isidore was deeply committed to the welfare of his diocese and worked tirelessly to promote the Christian faith and improve the spiritual and material conditions of his flock. Isidore was a prolific writer and scholar whose works covered a wide range of subjects, including theology, philosophy, history, and natural science. He is perhaps best known for his encyclopedia work, Etymologia, also known as the Origin, which aimed to compile and systematize all knowledge available at the time. The Etymologia covered topics such as grammar, rhetoric, theology, medicine, law, and agricultures, amongst other subjects, and served as an important reference work through the Middle Ages. Isidore played also a significant role in shaping Christian theology and ecclesiastical discipline in Spain and beyond. He participated in several church councils and synods, where he advocated for doctrinal orthodoxy and the implementation of ecclesiastical reforms. Isidore's writings on theology, especially his sentences, were widely studied and influential in medieval theological discourse. Isidore's contributions to scholarship and Christian thought earned him the title of Doctor of the Church in recognition of his profound learning and sanctity. He was venerated as a saint shortly after his passing, and his feast day is celebrated April 4th in the Roman Catholic Church. Isidore's influence extended beyond his own lifetime, and his works continued to be studied and revered in the Middle Ages until current days. Overall, Saint Isidore of Seville was a towering figure in the early medieval church, renowned for his intellectual achievements, theological insights, and pastoral leadership. His contributions to learning and religious life have left a lasting legacy that continues to be honored and appreciated by scholars and Christians alike. Saint Isidore of Seville is often depicted in various forms of iconography, reflecting different aspects of his life, accomplishments, and spiritual significance. Here's just a brief summary of some of the common elements found in Saint Isidore's iconography. As Isidore was a bishop, he's frequently depicted wearing the traditional attire of a bishop in medieval Christian iconography. This typically includes a long robe or chasuble, a stole, and mitre bishop's hat. Sometimes he may be depicted with a crozier bishop's staff as a symbol of his episcopal authority. Saint Isidore is also often portrayed holding a book or scroll, symbolizing his role as a scholar and intellectual. This book may represent his famous work, the Etymologiae, or Origins, an ency- encyclopedic compilation of knowledge from various fields. One of the most famous legends associated with Saint Isidore involves his encounter with angels while plowing fields. Therefore, Saint Isidore may also be depicted with a plow or with oxen, often accompanied by angels assisting him in his agricultural work. This symbolizes his humility, hard work, and divine assistance. In some depictions, Saint Isidore is accompanied by angels, particularly when illustrating the miracles of angels helping him with his farm work. These angels may be shown guiding the plow or assisting Isidore in other ways, emphasizing his connection to the divine and the miraculous events associated with his life. As a patron saint of farmers and agricultural work, Saint Isidore may be depicted with images of crops, fields, or bountiful harvests. This symbolizes his care for the land and his concern for those who depend on agriculture for their livelihoods. In addition to holding a book or scroll, Saint Isidore may also be depicted with other symbols of learning and scholarship, such as a quill pen, ink pot, or other writing implements. These attributes highlight his role as a renowned theologian, educator, and patron of learning. Finally, like many other saints, Saint Isidore is often depicted with a halo, symbolizing his holiness and proximity to God. Additionally, as a bishop, he will be shown wearing his mitre and holding his crozier as a symbol of his ecclesiastical authority. This was just a brief description of some of the most common elements found in St. Isidore's iconography, often serving to convey aspects of his life, virtues, and spiritual significance within the Christian tradition. Saint Isidore of Seville is not particularly associated with a set of miracles like so many other saints, such as Saint Anthony of Padua or Saint Francis of Assisi. Instead, his reputation is primarily built on his extensive scholarship, theological writings, and pastoral care. However, there are a few miracles attributed to him that have been passed down through the traditions. One of the most famous miracles associated with Saint Isidore involves his encounter with angels while plowing his fields. According to the legend, Isidore was a poor laborer who worked as a farmhand for a wealthy landowner. Despite his poverty, he was known for his piety and generosity. One day, when Isidore was plowing his fields, the angels were said to have appeared to him with the work, allowing him to accomplish far more than humanly possible. This miraculous event was to become a symbol of God's favor upon Isidore and his devotion to his work. Another miracle attributed to Saint Isidore involves the mu- multiplication of food to feed the poor. It is said that Isidore often shared what little he had with those in need, even when it seems insufficient. On one such occasion, when he had nothing left to give, he prayed for God's intervention. Miraculously, the food multiplied, allowing him to continue providing for the hungry. This miracle highlights Isidore's compassion for the less fortunate and his unwavering trust in God's providence. Like many other saints, Saint Isidore is also credited for performing healing miracles during his lifetime. These miracles reportedly included curing the sick, restoring sight to the blind, and alleviating various ailments through his prayers and intercession. While specific details of these miracles may vary in different accounts, they attest to the widespread belief in Isidore's sanctity and miraculous powers. These miracles, along with other attributes to Saint Isidore, have been passed down through oral tradition and hagiographical sources. While their historical accuracy may be difficult to verify, they continue to be celebrated as a part of Isidore's spiritual legacy and his enduring reputation as a saintly figure in the Christian tradition. The process of sainthood for Saint Isidore of Seville followed the typical trajectory of canonization in the Roman Catholic Church. Here's a brief overview of the process. After Saint Isidore's passing in 636, he was locally venerated in the region of Seville, Spain, where he had served as archbishop. Local cults often developed around individuals believed to be holy or to have performed miracles during their lifetime. Isidore's reputation for sanctity and his influential role in the church ensured that his memory was honored by the faithful in Seville and beyond. Formal recognition of Isidore's sanctity typically began with a investigation by the local bishop or the ecclesiastical authorities. This involved gathering of evidence of Isidore's virtuous life, his reputation for holiness, and any miracles attributed to his intercession. Witnesses were interviewed, documents were examined, and testimony was collected to establish the credibility of Isidore's sanctity. If the local investigation yielded positive results, the cause for beatification would have been initiated. Beatification is the formal declaration by the Pope that a deceased person lived a holy life and is now enjoying the beatification vision in heaven. This step usually involves the approval of a miracle attributed to the intercession of the candidate for beatification. In the case of Saint Isidore, beatification likely occurred several centuries after his passing, as his cult continued to grow and his reputation spread. Canonization is the final step in the process of declaring someone a saint in the Catholic Church. It requires the verification, of at least one additional miracle attributed to the intercession of the candidate after beatification. Once canonized, the individual is officially recognized as a saint, and their feast day is established in the liturgical calendar of the Church. Saint Isidore of Seville was canonized by the Pope Clement VIII in 1598, affirming his status as a saint and confirming his widespread veneration within the Church. Throughout this process, the Church carefully scrutinizes the candidate's life and deeds to ensure their sanctity and safeguard against the veneration of unworthy individuals. Saint Isidore's canonization reflects the enduring esteem in which he is held by the faithful and the recognition of his significant contributions to the Church and Christian tradition.